Hey y'all, welcome back to the Indigo Corner. So glad to have all of you back. For those of you all who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Ken. I am an intuitive tarot reader and the mom behind the Indigo Corner. I like to do pick a card readings, which are general. Certainly, if your energy connects to the images and or the objects for the cards that I've pulled, this is the space for you. And so this pick a card is going to be for the next 7 days. Again, I want to thank all of the new subscribers, all of you all who have been engaging with me. A number of you have been reaching out to me about personal readings as well. Like, I'm so excited. So again, to all of you who continue to engage and build this very positive community, I am so grateful for you. So thank you. All right, so for this week's pick a card reading, my spirit guides wanted me to incorporate an overall message, which I will pull a card for each week. And so this week I pulled the High Priestess. Look at her. I'm just giving you some time to just like get into her. She's giving very much like knowing. I know what the tea is, right? So this week, Spirit is going to be asking us to really focus heavily on our gut feelings, knowing what we know. And also, there's a protection here. So Spirit is also letting us know that she's going to be definitely protecting us, the High Priestess. And then notice like the two cats there. Cats are some of the most majestic, protective animals on the planet, which is why the Egyptians used to worship them, right? So going into this week, we have the energy of the High Priestess, really knowing what we know, going into our intuitive space in every situation, focusing on the fact that we are supported and protected, regardless of what we see. Do know that intuitively, and was one of my favorite sort of viral moments was, it's above me now. Like, that's what the energy is given. It's above me now. Yeah, that's what you tell them. So for this week's pick a card, of course, each week we pick a card or a number of cards, depending on how Spirit decided to bring the cards out, to give you what's coming for the next 7 days, to give you an opportunity to think about what Spirit wants you to know about the next 7 days regarding you. You'll then get a confirmation song because I am pretty new to my gifts. I usually like to use a lot of tools to ensure that I'm getting the confirmation of the confirmation. And at the end of your pile, you'll see more what I mean. But you'll get a song to confirm the message that Spirit has for you. And then this week, y'all, we're going to hear from our future selves. So after we hear from the song, we will essentially hear what reflection or question your future self might want you to know regarding these next 7 days. And then finally, we will end with an overall supportive message from the universe, Spirit, your ancestors, to let you know how they will be supporting you. And then, of course, at the end of each pile, we will have our nifty pendulum, who I love very much. Isn't she beautiful? She's just so beautiful. So to get a confirmation of the message being from Spirit and Spirit only. All right, so this week for your piles, the first pile, we got this beautiful, I love cups, y'all. So like, if I see a real cute cup, I'm definitely bringing it home. So this week I wanted to like share 3 of my favorite cups with y'all for you all to pick your pile. So if you resonate with this beautiful, sparkly sort of blue experience here, then pile 1 will be your pile. Pile 2 is this, let me see if you can see like this very cute, like wicked, iridescent sort of experience there. That would be pile 2 for that cup. And then in pile 3 is all the chakras, rainbow, cup even has a rainbow straw. So if you resonate with that cup, then we're going to spill your tea in pile 3. See what I did there? All right, y'all. I will see you at your piles. Oh, of course, I will be putting timestamps as to where the piles start in the description. Okay? See you there. Hey, pile 1. So you chose this really beautiful blue cup, and so this is your next 7 days. So you got 2 cards from Spirit this week, and your first card, the Tower. One of the things I also appreciate about the Tower, in particular in this deck, is that it is rejuvenation. A lot of tarot readers, and I've even seen some people really get scared of the Tower. But the one thing about this particular moment that's coming for you is going to allow you to upgrade. That's what I'm hearing, right? So you see how this squirrel is looking up like, oh, like there must be more coming. And it is. And even with the lightning strike, remember, it is lightning, and it is coming from above. And notice how there is still light, and even in this moment of shock, right? So while there is a tower moment that might happen for you this week, Spirit is telling me that it is a moment of upgrading. Like you're going to be like, oh, well, this is a new opportunity, or oh, this is a new way of thinking about that. And it is all for your ascension, right? So even in this deck, I love how the Tower even has butterflies on it, and how the butterflies are seemingly like the Tower is having their wings like a little bit like going away, but notice how the butterflies are still intact, right? So it is going to feel like, oh, there is something being like removed, but notice how everything that lightning hits is still amongst the plan, right? So if you sort of look at that, so this is a moment of rejuvenation for you, okay? And so also with this Tower moment, you got the Justice card. Look at that. So the Tower with the Justice card tells me that this moment is all for your good. It's going to bring you justice, right? This is the second time this card has come up when it comes to really people finding their next level. And I feel like collectively we are in that energy right now. So even if this moment might feel uncomfortable, and it may feel like it's going to rattle you, remember to look up and remember that what you feel like you've lost is all a part of the plan, right? But notice that there's a justice here for you. Justice will be done. Okay. But also, I just heard too that it's going to be important for you to remember for this next week that in order for there to be blessings, there also has to be an appreciation for the shadow. So on both of these cards, there is a light side and a dark side. There's a light side and a dark side. So you are going to have to make a decision really about whatever this moment is, how you're going to respond to it, right? And so one of the things I say a lot in my work that I get to do, I work in workforce development, and I tell a lot of my students that we live on one earth, but there are 8 billion worlds. And so what that means is that you determine how each situation is going to impact your world. All right, so I asked, of course, Spirit to give me a song or songs to clarify this message. And so for those of you who are new, I use a song deck to clarify messages. Even if I know the words to the song, I still will read the lyrics on the card, as there might be a message in the lyrics themselves, the artist, the song title, or Spirit might be asking you to go listen to the song this week. So for your next 7 days, you got 2 songs. This first one, Dangerously in Love. Come on, y'all. Destiny's Child. Baby, I love you. You are my life. My happiest moments weren't complete if you weren't by my side. You are my relation and connection to the sun. You next to me, there's no darkness I can't overcome. You are my raindrops, I am the sea. You and God, who's my sunlight, second time the sun was mentioned. I'm blooming, grown so beautifully. Baby, I'm proud, proud to be your girl. You make the confusion go all away from this cold and misty world. Dangerously in love, Destiny's Child. For some of y'all, this might be a love situation, but you're the one that's going to come out on top. For others of y'all, I feel like this is really your higher selves really reminding you to always look at the light, right? So remember, I just talked about those two variations. There's the duality that you're going to have to understand how to balance in the next week. Let's see what this other song says. Track Star by Mooski. This is my song. She's a runner. She's a track star. She gonna run away when it gets hard. Ooh. She can't take the pain. She can't get scarred. She hurt anyone that gets involved. Don't want to commit. Why take it this far? Oh, why? She gon' do the race, just not this one. Oh, why? Love is a game you used to cheer for. When I was down to talk to you, weren't here for it. You, leave a trail of heartbreak and heartache like it's cool. See, I literally just said that. So this week is going to be asking you to make some decisions around the matters of the heart, even about family. And it's a situation it feels like that you might have been avoiding. And with justice being there in the tower is one of those situations. It was like, well, we can't run from it no more. We can't run from it no more. Right? And then I chuckled a little bit at the she gonna run away when it gets hard, because that's sometimes what we do when we don't want to face really the hard conversations. You know, like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. So matters of the heart, and also like family. So something that you might have been thinking about in your family that you haven't really addressed. So either a relationship or family dynamics is going to really be shaken up this week for you. But in any case, you will be, out on top in the light. Justice. Okay. What does your future self want you to ask yourself now, or want you to consider now to prepare for these next 7 days? So you got 2 messages from your future self. Boom. Set a boundary. Like, literally, your future self is like, hey, set a boundary right now. Like, do it. Do it. And then another question is, what don't you have to be the best at? What don't you have to be the best at? It feels like there is definitely again, reevaluation of what it means to be giving your heart away. Thank you, Spirit. What does it mean to be giving your heart away? And because you got to remember, the overall energy was the High Priestess. So you have that in addition to this moment. So with the High Priestess supporting, generally overall with this pile, there is going to be certainly a question that is going to come from you setting this boundary. I don't know why I keep hearing like matters of the heart. Or what's that song? Tell it to my heart. Okay, but y'all get it. But what don't you have to be the best at? And the answer to this question is going to definitely come this week once you set this boundary. Okay. All right. So, lastly, what does Spirit want you to know overall how they're going to be supporting you through this week? You got the Three of Swords. See, Three of Swords right in this deck is about, notice the isolation, right? It feels like a lot of storms and disappointment, but I will direct your attention to the light, the support of the light, right? So it's going to feel like raining, essentially. But again, with the Three of Swords being a reminder around like how Spirit is going to be supporting you, is that knowing that you might feel based on whatever decision you're going to be making and whatever this moment is going to be, Spirit is going to remind you that you have everything that you need and that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Another quote I tell my students a lot is, a lot of times we look for light at the end of the tunnel, not realizing there's a lighter right in our pocket. All right? Okay. So, y'all, this is my pendulum. For those of you who are new to the pendulum, it connects to my higher self and subconscious. If I move it on my own, you can see how wildly it moves. It moves right to left for no. And then I'll stop that. And then this is yes. So I want to conclude Pile 1's reading, Spirit. Let me make sure we're... Okay, Spirit. Was this message from you and you alone? Was this message from you and you alone? Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, Pile 1. Thank you all for coming through, and I'll see you next time in the Indigo Corner. Have a good week. Hey, Pile 2. Welcome to your pile for the next 7 days. You chose this very sort of iridescent, very wicked giving, very much. Never mind. All right, y'all. This is your next 7 days, Pile 2, and we'll go ahead and we'll get started with the 2 cards that Spirit has for you in terms of the next 7 days. So the first card you got is the Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. Upgrading. Let me upgrade. Let me up. Right? So, like, very much the cycles are turning in your favor. Right? And so noticing that whatever it is that you have put out, maybe in the last week or month or year even, some of that is definitely, if you've definitely been a light person, put it out good energy, this is going to be coming back to you. I'm also hearing manifestations, right? And like really good happiness, and being very, very cognizant though of balance, right? So notice how on this Wheel of Fortune, this person is balancing both the dark and the light. So be very mindful of and careful of that. And see? And we got the devil. And I just heard, right, like, be very mindful of what you're telling yourselves, because you got to notice that, like, in this deck, the devil is controlling this person's mind, and this person feels like they are suffering and things are wrong, but it's all an illusion. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the devil here is the devil also speaks about addictions or things that you might be overindulging in. So I'm also hearing that this energy this week of winning is going to come at ensuring that you balance knowing what's reality of your winning, right? Because sometimes people will be definitely saying one thing. With you having a double card with Wheel of Fortune, I also heard there's going to be people who are going to come to your space or in your corner because of this winning. Because the devil came after the Wheel of Fortune. So even in this image here, you see how like there's people going to be trying to like reach out to you and be like, you know, hey, like I see you doing this, like how could I, get on? Or hey, I see that you just got some good news. I would love to sort of like know more about that, but be very careful about its genuineness this week. Okay, so with this song for the each week, again, I may know the song lyrics. This is a opportunity for you might get a message in the song lyrics. I will read the lyrics. It might be a message in the artist, the title, or Spirit might want you to go and listen to the song for yourself. So this week, to clarify this message, you got. J-Lo waiting for tonight. I chuckle because the songs always help me clarify and confirm, what I've said, and I just find it very funny how the songs do that. Anyway, like a movie scene in the sweetest dream, I have pictured us together. Now to feel your lips on my fingertips, I have to say is even better than I even thought it could possibly be. It's perfect. It's passion. It's setting me free from all my sadness, the tears I've cried, I've spent all my life. Yeah, this winning is internal, and it's definitely because of something that you discovered about yourself and your gifts. And not only your gifts, but like what you have put out in the world. And then there's going to be people trying to give, like what they hand out. And they're waiting. That's what I was chuckling about. Like they're waiting. It's people in your corner who know that your win is coming and they're waiting on it. Right. And also what they're going to also say to you is just like the song says, it's perfect. It's passion. Like we should connect. It'll really, really help me. Be careful. Be careful this week, y'all. Part 2. Okay, so this is a message or a question or reflection from your future self when it comes to your next 7 days. I'll also say, let me go back to this Wheel of Fortune double energy. Remember at the beginning of the reading, the High Priestess is reminding us of the general support that we'll be getting. So with the High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil there, 3 major arcana cards, it's going to be some real shaking up there. But know that you're going to be very clearly discerning the difference between people who are trying to pull strings and people who are really in your corner. Because the High Priestess is going to be there to help you discern that. All right, so 2 questions from your future self to consider when it comes to these next 7 days. First one is, what's one thing you can treat yourself to? Literally just said that. Literally just said that. Like, celebrate yourself. Stand on business. Celebrate yourself. What's one thing that you can do to treat yourself? Second question, what's one thing you've been meaning to do? I feel like these questions hand in hand. No? I'll just leave that there. And then a final sort of message from your spirit guides and spirit to let you know how they'll be supporting you over the next 7 days. And you got the Knight of Swords. Come on, Knight. Look at that. I mean, rushing in, taking care of the things, cutting all of the negativity out of your space. Like, what? Knight of Swords, Knight of Shining Armor, I just heard. Like, your guides and spirit is going to be like, look, whoever or whatever this energy is right here, spirit like, no, ma'am. What you're not going to do I love that. That Knight of Swords support. I love that. All right. Let's go to our nifty pendulum to finish this week out. And so, again, for those of you all who are new, this is my pendulum. It is connected to my higher source and my spirit guides, and it gives me sort of confirmation. So if I ask it a question, if the answer is no, it'll swing. And you can see if I swing it, that's what it does. So right or left is no, and then up and down is yes. So I want to just make sure I get confirmation. Spirit, was this message from you and you alone? Thank you. All right. All right, Pal 2. I'll see y'all next time and have a great week. Hey, Pal 3. Y'all chose the good chakra cup over there. Matches with the little lights over here, too. So, very much all the chakras, all the things. And this is your next 7 days. So, let's see first what we have. When I pulled earlier, these cards was jumping out, and you got 2 cards for what's coming for your next 7 days. So the first card is 3 of Cups. Ooh, celebration, being able to connect. I just heard like sisters, feminine energy, a lot of celebration, in particular because of something coming to fruition. Like thanking the universe and like celebrating. I'm also hearing like the next week is going to provide opportunity for you to learn a new community. So some of y'all might be being introduced to a new community and they're supporting you. Might be even some intuitive communities that you're being introduced to, because you see that in this card, like all of the ladies are looking up to the sky, and is a Big Dipper in terms of the constellation that is there. So there's big blessings, and these big blessings are going to come as you all, as a community, continue to support each other. And then the star, wish fulfillment, aspirations, knowing that, look at that. Knowing you got the star with major arcana, big yes from the universe with the 3 of Cups. So it's the hopes and aspirations coming to fruition, but it's going to come to fruition through community. And you're going to learn in this next 7 days who is in that community. People that you might see as sisters, the feminine energy, and knowing that this is hopes and really manifestations coming to pass. It is also going to be clear that you got there based on the community and the way that you all were able to connect to the cosmos. Like, look at that. Okay? Like, just cosmo energy for this next 7 days. I'm also hearing that the community that you find is going to certainly be around empowering people who may not have the resources. I don't know if that resonates. Okay, so Paul, to your songs. You got 2 songs this week. And again, for those of you who are new, Paul 3, this is my song that gives me confirmation to any of the messages that may have come first. I may know the name of the song, I may know the song itself, but I still will read the lyrics, as it might be a message for you in the song. Maybe the message is in the song title, or the artist itself, or themselves. Or a spirit might want you to go listen to the song, or the song is a song that you already know. However it resonates, this song helps confirm those messages. So the first one is, come on, I Want It That Way, Backstreet Boys. This was my song. Tell me, never mind. Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way. You Are My Fire, The One Desire. Believe me when I say I want it that way. But we are worlds apart. Excuse me, we are two worlds apart. Can't reach your heart. When you say that I want it that way. Tell me why, ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why, ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why, I never want to hear you say, I want it that way. I know y'all was trying to sing it while I was reading it, and it really, when I'm reading the lyrics, it takes everything in me not to sing it too, but um, yeah, I mean, this is really, to me, confirmation around what you are looking for is on its way to you. And this is whatever it is that is on the way to you. I believe that's talking to you. And while it may feel that your worlds apart, the way that you get there is through the community you're going to find this week. Love that. And remember that you got the High Priestess. Remember at the beginning of the reading, this is the overall general support from Spirit. And so with the High Priestess, the Star, two major arcana cards there. Big community. Oh, this feels so good. It's like it want like your whatever this is, it wants to be in your life. But it can't reach you because of like some, I don't know, blockage of like what you might feel around community. As somebody who is, I used to struggle a lot with being isolated, so I resonate with that. But what's this other song? Oh no, not Ziddy. I Need a Girl. Yeah, just kind of like was like, do I really want? Yeah, like the energy of the song feels gross, and I'm sitting with it. Yeah, Spirit just said that like, and I couldn't even read the words to the song because of the, the name. And I think that there's something about, oh, like the energy that you might feel toward like something detrimental is certainly valid, but Spirit wants you to know, and I'm really curious about sort of the future message from your future self and the overall message here, but it feels like Spirit wants you to know to be mindful of who is in your corner when you're building this community, right? Like I couldn't even read the song. And so it was an immediate, I don't know if you felt the energy, but like be careful this week with who, as you're building your community, like who is in that community. And I don't want to be alarmist, but I just wanted to just read that energy and not shy away from it. It took everything in me to be like, not just like just throw the whole card away. But Spirit told me, nope, sit with it. Y'all gotta tell me in the comments what comes out for y'all. All right, so your future self may have a question for you when it comes to these next 7 days. I'm really curious as to what the question might be or a reflection. I did pre-pull these cards, but I have not looked at them. So we will be finding out together what your future self wants you to ask yourself or to consider. Oh, so your future self wants you to write yourself a reminder, tape it on the mirror, or write it down in your phone, wherever you'll see it most often. Write yourself a reminder, tape it to your window, or write it down in your phone, wherever you'll see it most often. This is telling me affirmations. Remind yourself of your power. Remind yourself of what you are on your way to, because it's on the way to you too, right? And it definitely wants to be there, but like the energy of this, whatever this is definitely like in your brain this week, and it's definitely having an impact. But Spirit, again, with that high priestess over there, wants you to know that you're supported, and remind yourself that you're supported. I would even encourage you to come back to this message if you need to. And then finally, the last card in which we have is an overall message from Spirit of how they will be supporting you this week, especially because of the energy around building community and you having your manifestations on the way. Ooh, you got the Queen of Pentacles, groundedness. She's grounded, aware. She's the earthly queen. Okay? Like, just get into her. Very much like ground yourself this week. Ground yourself around your community, and whatever that situation is that's blocking you from feeling comfortable about going into community, that's blocking you from sharing your truths and your gifts. Notice that once you ground yourself, you have the support of the Queen of Pentacles here. And this High Priestess. Let me bring her over here so you can see. All this feminine energy. All this feminine energy. Okay? Like, you're going to be fine. And it feels like that energy that we was just sort of just took our breath away has been like stagnant for some of you all for a while. But the Queen of Pentacles is here to remind you, not only am I supporting you, I have the light, and so do you. We good. I love that for y'all. All right, as we close out, I want to get confirmation from my pendulum. This is my pendulum, y'all. Isn't she cute? So, for those of y'all who are new, I use this pendulum to give me confirmation of the reading. So this, as you see, if I swing it, it swings violently. So this is no, if it goes right or left. And if it goes up or down, that's yes. So, just want to make sure that you can see. Okay, Spirit. Was this message, what? Pause, thank you. Try to get it to stand still. Okay. Was this message from you and you alone? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, that was a big yes. All right, Pile 3. Thank you all for coming to the Indigo Corner this week, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to put in the comments how this resonated with you. Would love to continue to engage with you all. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the channel, and I'll see you next time.